What's good with y'all boys? Welcome back to another video. Today's video, I know it's been a little while, I know it's been almost a week for real, but hey, we're back. And I'm really trying to test y'all. I'm really trying to test some of y'all, you know what I mean? If some of y'all leave, I don't care. If some of y'all unsubscribe, that wouldn't affect me, because at the same time, I'm testing one of y'all niggas if y'all fuck with me or not. I'm testing y'all. Excuse my language, but I'm testing y'all. You know what I mean? I see y'all behind the screens, seeing what I am or not. I'm testing y'all. Even if you came from TikTok, Shorts, Instagram, whatever, I'm testing one of y'all. I know what y'all up to. You know what I mean? If I take breaks for a week or a month, that's just me. And that's just me trying to relax on what I need to upload, because to be real with y'all, I don't really want to just really, I don't really just want to, I gotta upload today. I gotta see what to upload on Monday. I gotta see what to upload today. Oh my gosh, I missed my time. Like, I don't want to act like that, you know what I mean? I have a mindset of me being chill. Like, some people think I'm crazy sometimes, but I'm just chill, man. Like, some people seeing the old me, like the old me a year ago. Old me a year ago was the old me a year ago, you know what I mean? I'm super chill, you know? Like, I've been wanting to live a chill and relaxing life, you know? Some pro type shit. But at the same time, like, if y'all don't even like mess with me, like, for like how I am and stuff, because I'll be doing some random stuff in this channel. It's not all just like reactions and stuff, I'll say. It's not all gameplays yet, because I gotta figure out what to do, but bro, it's all what I just want to do for this channel, you know what I mean? Bro, I built this channel like 2017. I vlogged every time, bro. I loved vlogging, and I mean I loved playing and vlogging. Not vlogging exactly, but just recording and playing around and stuff, you know? That was on purpose. I left them videos on purpose for y'all. I actually made some of them private because I just wanted to, reach the internet, but anyways, I just let them out just on purpose for y'all. That's just me, man. I don't really care what y'all saying, even in the comments, bro. To be real with y'all. But anyways, we're off topic in the video. Today we has reacted to the downfall of modern SpongeBob characters. You can skip this half if you want to, because I just spoke for like a minute and a half, I think. So yeah, I'll say SpongeBob hasn't really been the same since like season 2, I think, season 3 or something like that. And it changed between, I think, season 6, I don't know, it changed between 2020 ish, you know what I mean? The last SpongeBob that I actually liked was SpongeBob's Birthday, RIP, the one that made the whole show, you know what I mean? I forgot his name. RIP to him. And that's the only good episode that I watched and actually like thought it was good. I like the Patrick show a little bit, but at the same time, that's the only one I watched for real. So we're gonna get started with this video without further ado. Make sure, if y'all new, make sure y'all subscribe if y'all enjoy my content and my video. If you're new, make sure y'all like, if I already said that, and make sure y'all check out my social leaks. Make sure y'all pull up to that Discord for more future videos and tap into that Instagram. Bro, it's gonna be lit in that Discord. Let's get to this video, bro. Let's check this out.
Modern SpongeBob characters are loud, chaotic, and flat. Back then, every single character felt special. But today, they're barely recognizable. Where did it all go wrong? There was a time when SpongeBob felt...
Disclaimer too, I might make this video live. There's nothing
special
from here.
He wasn't just funny, he was real. Not in the realistic sense, obviously, he's a sponge working at a fast food joint. But we used to feel connected with him. His character was cheerful most of the time, yeah, but there were times when he also got nervous, confused, even embarrassed. He cared when people didn't like him. He wanted to be good at his job, to be respected, to make people proud, especially Mr. Krabs. His character is so dynamic because there are so many emotions packed into one sponge. Often in a single episode, his mood could change quickly in just a few seconds.
Or am I gonna have to?
We could see it since the very first episode of Help Wanted. SpongeBob is excited to start his new job as a fry cook at the Krusty Krab.
With a help wanted sign in the window. For years I've been dreaming of this moment.
This is an interesting detail because he knows that he was being excited and thinking he might be getting ahead of himself, so he's losing confidence. This kind of detail is the reason why kids, even adults, feel connected to him. SpongeBob didn't just act like a kid, he felt like one. He thinks like a kid, he behaves like a kid, even living his life like a kid. That's what makes his character.
I ain't gonna lie, that's what's really lit about SpongeBob is that, bro, he's the type of dude that, like, even life is hard, even when life is hard, he's gonna full on, like, there's an episode, like, literally what I just talked about, literally in the beginning of the video. There's an episode of him trying to act like an adult and trying to act like he's in another job or in a working space or something like that, and he's chill. Even though he's crazy as hell sometimes, bro. Like, that's how you know, like, a nigga's being himself. You know what I mean? And he's a great example for that. You know what I mean? He's a great example for that. He's the type of dude that will think that, you know, every day he's forever young.
Funny in the first
If
place.
you know what I mean.
Seeing a naive kid trying to fit into an adult environment with the most ridiculous ways possible is the jokes. SpongeBob was the anchor of the show's heart. His positivity balanced the cynicism of Squidward, the stupidity of Patrick, and the greed of Mr. Krabs. We could see this also when he tried so hard to deliver that pizza, even after being stranded in the middle of nowhere. He doesn't want to fail Mr. Krabs for giving the job to him. That optimism was honest. It came from effort, not just volume. The first SpongeBob SquarePants movie is probably the last time we saw this version of SpongeBob. Right after the first movie, SpongeBob character became somewhat energetic. They pushed the joke into different directions, using slapstick jokes with lots of gross stuff and uncomfortable visuals. They also take advantage of the joke that SpongeBob laughs are unique.
This.
To some people, it's a funny experience, but when it's used continuously with each episode, they start to force it into the joke, which makes it annoying. And fast forward to the present. Today's SpongeBob feels emotionless, to say the least. It feels like he performs those emotions. He laughs because that's what SpongeBob does, not because anything's actually funny. It's just obnoxiously loud. Somehow it feels like they dumbed down on the show overall. Instead of properly...
They just do too much, you know? They just kept it like, okay, we need to slow down from here. You know what I mean? They're just doing too much. That's why people are looking at it different. It's not just because of the quality or the graphic. I actually know. They're doing too much. They're like seeing what other cartoons are doing, right? And they're trying to see what to do over that. Okay, cartoons are like fast and stuff and fast paced on, like them talking and them like joking around and running around, you know what I mean? That's what kids like to watch, and that's probably what they were going for this, for the like second season or whatever season they are in.
Setting up jokes, they used more and more random slapstick jokes to get as many laughs as possible. It's all noise and weird expressions, all the time.
Yeah, ain't no way I would sleep with this anymore. This is, bro.
Which is
That's how I'm really feeling. That's how I'm really feeling by just hearing this. I mean, they're doing this on purpose.
always keep people engaged, especially the kids. Because kids nowadays
how
have short
I feel.
attention
Oh my God.
spans. So maybe the show writer tried to keep them hooked every 10 seconds with a weird face expression, just like scrolling through social media. The show stopped asking us to feel with him and started begging us to laugh at him. We rarely see SpongeBob having a monologue with himself these days. His character stops being self-conscious, and it shows. Instead of a character with real feelings, we got a hyperactive mascot. and it's pretty sad to see. The noise gets louder, but the heart gets quieter. And if SpongeBob is the chaos engine, then Patrick is the wrecking ball. Patrick is a dumb sea star. That's not a secret. But there was something endearing about it. He was SpongeBob's ride-or-die best friend. Sweet, loyal, and goofy in a way that made you want to protect him. His brain wasn't exactly firing on all cylinders, but there was a weird wisdom there. It's not about winning, it's about fun. Or that iconic line,
"The inner machinations of my mind are an enigma."
In the early episodes like Big Pink Loser, we saw him try and fail numerous times.
Patrick being good at back shots. Why did they show that, man? Why did they show that on Instagram?
He's not giving up simply because he wants to accomplish something, a trophy. Though he ends up getting one himself for literally not doing anything. Yeah, it's weird, but it's also a heartwarming resolution for his character. It's better to be yourself rather than to be someone else.
I remember Patrick used to make me mad, bro. He used to make me mad every time he made like bad ideas and stuff and dumb ideas. Like, oh my gosh, man. Why?
It's just because he wanted to be recognized. He wasn't smart,
Why
but he cared for people around him. And when he messed up, it came from misunderstanding, not malice. But somewhere along the way, Patrick's character went off the rails. He didn't just get dumber, he got mean. Where his stupidity used to come from innocence, now it comes from apathy. He started being selfish, destructive, and honestly, kind of toxic. Instead of helping SpongeBob, he started hurting him, on purpose, or through mindless recklessness. They took the one thing kids loved, Patrick's dumb, and cranked it up until it swallowed everything else. These days, Patrick is basically a walking disaster. He breaks things, hurts people, and shrugs it off like it's part of the joke. And the worst part, the show plays it off people, and these days, Patrick is basically a walking disaster. He breaks things.
My God, pause. My God, pause.
Hurts.
I know
like
what y'all
funny.
trying to do there, but
It's
chill.
not. Like in Pet Sitter Pat, he nearly kills Gary through sheer neglect. That is the joke for the whole episode. Early Patrick would have felt bad. New Patrick just shrugs, drools, and continues to break something else. In the recent episode, Pet the Rock from season 14, Patrick just became somewhat psychotic.
SpongeBob!
What was that about? Is he getting PBA disorder like the Joker now? That's the joke? Patrick cannot control his emotions anymore? Later in the episode, Patrick is taking his pet rock to the park. And guess what happened?
Whoa, Rolly! You want to play with everyone today!
See, they're really doing this on purpose, bro, for real. Cause, bro, this nigga Patrick needs to go to jail now. You know what I mean? Ain't no more freedom for him.
This guy just pummeled everyone in the park out of nowhere, and that's supposed to be funny? When you make a character so stupid that they lose empathy, they stop being fun to watch. In earlier episodes, Patrick was at least competent enough to do simple stuff. Now it feels like he's too stupid to function. He's not funny because he's confused anymore. He's funny because he's a problem. Sure, the show tries to give him emotional moments now and then, but they fall flat because the groundwork isn't there anymore. You can't care about a character who's been written into a mean joke too many times. And with Patrick turning into a wrecking ball, Squidward turns into a punching bag. Squidward was never meant to be a hero, but for a lot of us, he kind of became one. In the city full of absurdity, Squidward's cynicism became a sort of reality check. He was tired, underappreciated, stuck in a job he hated, and surrounded by people he didn't understand. He was us on a Monday morning.
Some of y'all in the comments will probably call me. I ain't got no comments though. Nah, but like some of y'all probably might see me as Squidward a little bit.
Just trying to get through it,
because I'm chill like him.
but without losing it completely. And honestly, he handled it better than most of us would. But underneath all that bitterness, there was ambition, sensitivity, even sadness. Sometimes he just lost it, and I wouldn't blame him. It's not easy being Squidward.
And a 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, 3, 4.
But here's the thing. Squidward's pain is not the punchline. Episodes like Squidville showed us that Squidward wasn't just a grump. He was a guy trying to find meaning, trying to chase something better. But he kept getting dragged down by conditions, which is funny, but also kinda heartbreaking. And when he won, like in Band Geeks, it felt huge, like watching someone finally catch a break after years of chaos. These ups and downs in his story are the essence of his character. His trait of cynicism is caused by years of failure and frustration. This is also the reason why many of us felt related with Squidward's
that's why I still, to this day, don't understand why that episode was so serious and why they stopped Squidward from jumping. It's because he made it. That's facts.
Story when we grew up.
That's
because
facts,
he is the regular person in the show. Those little victories, they mattered. But now, he doesn't win. Ever. Squidward stopped being a character and started being a crash test dummy. Every episode, he suffers. He's humiliated, injured, embarrassed, sometimes for no reason other than SpongeBob and Patrick existing near him. My guy can't catch a break. You don't get it. He's a funny character because he's sassy and cynical even when he hits rock bottom, not because we love to see him getting tortured. Episodes like Ink Lemonade don't just push the joke, they grind it into the ground. SpongeBob and Patrick discover that every time Squidward gets jumped or scared, he's spewing out his ink, which turns out to be delicious.
That's delicious!
They continue to scare Squidward to death just so they could sell Squidward ink to people. What the? Aside from the joke, I kind of felt bad for him. They just milked him.
My guy. That is shit that you're drinking. Mixed with piss.
For the whole episode. Maybe milking him wasn't the right word, but you get what I mean.
What is wrong
At
with
this
these
point,
studio
Squidward could
creators,
fall
bro?
into a
They is
volcano,
tripping.
and the show would probably add a fart sound and call it a day. No lesson, no moment, just pain. In the old seasons, when Squidward got hurt, it usually felt earned. Because he was being arrogant or dismissive, now he just gets punished for existing, and it's exhausting to watch. In Season 13 alone, there are at least 5 episodes where SpongeBob tortures Squidward as a main focus of the story. It could be more, since I haven't yet watched every episode. You can only watch someone lose so many times before it stops being funny and just starts feeling cruel. And when every pain turns into a joke, none of them stick. But you know what's also painful? Seeing your boss turn into a capitalist. Mr.
Damn,
Krabs
that
is
just got sad quickly, bro. That just got down bad. Like, I fully relate to Squidward now, but at the same time, he is an asshole.
always been about money.
But
that's nothing
that
new.
boy just wants to
but
make
early
it.
on, his greed was
That's
simply
what I
a
see.
bad habit, not all that he was. Yeah, he was cheap, sure. He exploited his employees a little, but deep down, he had heart. He is a proud business owner and cares about his daughter. Sometimes we could see him being a father figure to SpongeBob. In episodes like Sleepy Time, Mr. Krabs dreamed about
A stepfather figure. You mean?
sailing with his daughter. Or Welcome to the Chum Bucket, where we saw that he cared about SpongeBob. And for a split second, money doesn't really matter. These little details in the story really showcase Krabs' personality outside the work environment. He had a history, a daughter, even regrets as a father. He could be selfish, but he wasn't soulless. There were lines he wouldn't cross, especially for the closest person. Then, post-movie, especially by season 7 and beyond, greed took over everything. Those lines disappeared. And what used to be a flaw became a full-blown personality. Literally. As the show progressed, Mr. Krabs' character underwent a process known as flanderization, where his negative traits were amplified and became the dominant aspect of his personality. The worst part is how the show treats his relationship with SpongeBob. He used to respect SpongeBob's loyalty, now he takes advantage of it. SpongeBob practically worships the guy, and Krabs just manipulates him, underpays him, and throws him under the bus whenever it's convenient. The charm is gone. What was once a greedy
My boy Dick rides him, bro. I always think, bro, and every time I watch SpongeBob, like, I always think to myself, like, what if there was a last episode for this show? And I know the show would be legendary. even if the person, even if the creator died, you know what I mean? Like his last episodes that he made, like what if those were the last episodes to the show and they weren't at all making any other SpongeBob episodes? That would be so legendary, bro. You know how an artist passes away, like Juice WRLD or X, and they just blow up. Their followers is crazy, like 30 million monthly listeners, or like 40 million, like 20 million or something like that. Bro, SpongeBob would be like worldwide, my guy.
But lovable boss is turned into a one-note character with zero emotional weight. Want more convincing proof?
That would be the official retirement of history, you know what I mean?
The official channel of SpongeBob SquarePants itself,
and I'm talking about an ordinary cartoon, like an ordinary cartoon actually like stops making episodes and stuff. I'm talking about that, because I know SpongeBob would be legendary as hell.
A compilation clip of Best of Mr. Krabs being a dad a while ago. And guess what? There are no clips from season 9 or after. The most recent episode they used in the video is from Barnacle Face from season 8. They couldn't find a dad moment in the later seasons because there are no more wholesome moments after season 8. Just an old, greedy crustacean. And that's the issue. When every decision a character makes is about money, you can't tell real stories with them anymore. We just know somewhere along the episode, he'll just stab someone in his back for a profit. Once SpongeBob became a billion-dollar brand, it's almost like Krabs' character turned into a parody of the show itself. Anything for $1. And when the character stops growing, the story stops mattering. There's nothing left to explore, just new ways for him to be a jerk. But speaking about exploration, there are no characters in the show who represent exploration better than Sandy Cheeks. Sandy is one of the most interesting characters in SpongeBob. As a kid, I just loved her simply because she's a tough character. She had big goals in mind, and we know she'll always come up with a plan to reach it. She is proud to be the first mammal to break the underwater ceiling, and she is not just smart, she's also a caring friend who is always ready to stop the chaos made by SpongeBob and Patrick. Sometimes she just throws parties and surprises for her closest friends, just like the chocolate balloon for Patrick on Valentine's Day. Another episode, such as Karate Choppers, highlighted her stubbornness, and how she challenged SpongeBob in a way no one else did. And episodes like Texas showed her homesickness, her pride in where she came from. Behind all that muscle and big brain move, we could see her just wanting warmth every now and then. She added variety to the group, the land mammal with intellect and discipline, pushing SpongeBob and others to think, to train and improve. But as the seasons dragged on, Sandy faded into the background. She became the default science solution for every weird problem. Need a shrink ray? A cloning machine? A brain switcher? Call Sandy. The show stopped treating her like a character and started treating her like a tool. And the saddest part for me is that she loses the southern charm. Those adventurous spirits, the warm southern hospitality, and her appreciative moments are just gone. Well, at least she still has that southern Texas accent. But that alone
every time I see that worm episode, it's just like I'm doing something with my tongue. I want to try to tie my tongue like that worm. That's just,
isn't enough to showcase her character. She even rarely interacts meaningfully with the rest of the cast. Weird. The last time we could still see her having character is somewhere between season 7 and 8, with some episodes like Rodeo Days and Someone in the Kitchen with Sandy. There is some character depth there, but still not as good as the early seasons. And don't get me started with the Sandy Cheeks movie. Just, don't. I don't even want to talk about that. But don't get me wrong, I do kind of understand the reason behind her changes. Sandy's rational character used to be the balance in the middle of the bizarre Bikini Bottom. She often challenges SpongeBob and the others to be better. As the show leaned into the crazier sci-fi plots,
I wonder why she was training him and just not in love with him. Like, everybody around me said, like, bro, Sandy's not like that with SpongeBob, you know what I mean? She's not like that. She doesn't like him or anything. Or SpongeBob. Didn't he like him in the didn't he like her in the first season? Like, and we're switching up now. Like, I don't know. I wanted it to be a love story, you know what I mean?
Most of the characters get simplified.
And I saw them marry as a joke, like, like I just wanted it to be a love story. I
Can't
just
really
wanted
make
it to
Sandy
be-
challenge them anymore. Instead, they made her help the chaos to be bigger every
Yeah,
single
what
time. Her personality didn't fit the new formula, so they boxed her into one trait: smart. Simple, marketable, forgettable. Sandy Cheeks went from being one of the
Nice
show's
outfit
most
there.
well-rounded personalities to someone who shows up when the writers need a Deus
It's a nice
Ex
outfit.
squirrel. And when the show needed someone to be hated, they called Plankton. Plankton was never going to win. But that wasn't the
Plankton,
point.
I swear I hate him like Cell, my nigga. Cell from Dragon Ball. I hate him, bro. Like literally, in Frieza. Put Frieza in there too. Put Frieza in there. Frieza's like Mr. Krabs, really, but Frieza and Plankton. I hated them, bro. Like I hated them. Like I just wanted to squish them, bro. I just wanted to squish them boys. Pause. And I just wanted to squish them boys. Like I just wanted to crush them.
He was 2 inches tall, owned the world's worst restaurant, and had one customer. A fake one. Similar to Squidward, Plankton's character often revolves around failure and insecurity. He was constantly trying to prove he was more than a loser. He wanted the Krabby Patty formula, sure, but what he really wanted was respect.
And I swear they be doing some irrelevant characters. My bad. Irrelevant characters in SpongeBob. Like, tell me the truth, literally. Like, you did not search up a Plankton you did not search up a Plankton on Google if it was real after you watch Plankton episodes in SpongeBob. I know you did. Because I searched that up and I found out it was real, but it's like hard to see in the ocean once you're in it. But like, tell me you didn't search that up, or tell me you did search that up, bro. Like, I know you did. You know what I mean?
And when you add Karen, his computer wife, you get some genuinely funny and emotional moments.
I know what your move is, little boy, and you know what I mean too.
It was dysfunctional,
Even though
sure,
you don't.
but you could still feel for them. Episodes like FUN showed that he wasn't all evil. He was just desperate, and sometimes just sad. In the episode, SpongeBob sees through Plankton. He tries to be his friend, and for a minute, Plankton almost puts the evil aside, before his greed took over and ruined the friendship. That kind of story gave him layers. Sure, he was the antagonist, but you kind of wanted him to get one win, just once. Because sometime, someone has to teach that greedy crab a lesson, right? There was also an episode where Plankton gave up on trying to steal the Krabby Patty recipe. He decides to shut down the Chum Bucket and open up a gift shop called Chumporium. He also manages to fix his relationship with Krabs and go to a carnival together. Both of them said sorry, and Krabs gave him the formula as a kind gesture. A good redemption story, in my opinion. Well, he's not really changed, technically, since, spoiler alert, the whole gift shop is a ruse, as a trick to soften up Krabs, making him hand over his recipe willingly. Fortunately, Krabs did outsmart him in the end.
I never give you the formula!
Still, a good arc for Plankton. It gives him some depth. But fast forward into the recent season, Plankton just became a one-liner joke. And not even a funny one. His plan stopped being clever, and his personality flattened. He's not insecure anymore. He's just loud, over the top, and constantly
Damn, I kind of
getting
need to say sorry for my villains now. Like, damn, bro. Like, come on, man. Come on. When villains are not the same anymore, like, okay, you can just feel like they're not acting like that anymore. Like, damn, bro. Like, this villain changed a lot. I remember he used to try to steal a Krabby Patty formula, and every character around the Krusty Krab was trying to stop him.
humiliated. The writers turned him into a one-trick pony. Step 1, making a scheme. Step 2, fail and get humiliated. Step 3, scream. That's it. But it gets worse. The dynamic with Karen, which used to be this funny, weird little marriage, turned into the same recycled gag. Plankton fucked up, Karen insults him, Plankton yells back, Karen's coming up with something, and repeat. Plankton's case is a tragedy in my opinion. He was a good character for the villain role. He is capable of showing so many emotions for a single-celled animal. especially with his long frenemy, Krabs. It could lead to something great once his character developed, but that takes time to build. And the new version of the show didn't want to build, it wanted to sprint. So Plankton stopped being sympathetic and started being a pity. Instead of growth, they gave him a loop, just reruns with new disguises. His character just stuck, like the show itself. These characters were pulled apart, torn down, and flattened piece by piece over the years. A cast of characters that once felt alive, just gone. It's clear that today's SpongeBob is made specifically for kids, and maybe that's the real reason we don't find the new ones enjoyable, because most of us who watched and loved early SpongeBob are not kids anymore. But
That's understandable, bro. That's facts. W video. I just want to watch that video because it related to me. You know, anytime I watch a random video that you don't see on your page or at all, or that you don't see by me, y'all think I'm only like a reaction channel to news. I react to a whole bunch of stuff, like I said in the beginning of the video, if you made it to the end. But if you did made it to the end, shout out to you, my boy. I do think, bro, I think they should just keep doing what they're doing. You know, I don't have a problem with it. You know, they should just keep ignoring, you know, people that just grew out of it, because they grew out of YouTubers, bro. Like, some things don't last for real. And the only way to have it like old again is like that old creator, having that old creator and stuff in the studio again. Or the only way to have Fortnite good again is to have that old CEO in the game studio again to work on it. You know what I mean? So it's really like that. Nothing lasts for real. There are some like good seasons that I loved in SpongeBob, bro. I love SpongeBob. I still watch it to this day, bro. I basically fuck whatever with it, you know what I mean? But I stopped watching it because it just did too much. If it's for kids, it is what it is. You know what I mean? I'm not too focused on it for real. They can just keep doing what they're doing. Paramount Plus. But anyways, if y'all did enjoy this video and seeing this relatable to you, make sure y'all leave a like, sub, and make sure y'all go tap into my Discord. It's gonna be lit over there, and follow my Instagram. Follow us at Instagram. And follow me just in case if I'm uploading a story, uploading updates, pics, or reels over there. And in my TikTok if y'all want to, if y'all do have TikTok and stuff. But without further ado, I'll see y'all boys. And I'm out. I'm gone. Peace.